The Denver Broncos are about a month away from returning to work. And once they get back to Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit, who do you need to keep your eye on? I've got an X-Factor and a rookie to watch coming up next. All right, Broncos country. So who is it? Who's this X-Factor and that rookie that you're going to need to watch? I'm actually going to do you one better. I'm going to give you the name and an honorable mention that I like for both of those categories. So let's start with our X Factor. And yes, I'm going new addition, Evan Ingram, the Joker, if you will. Although we're going to talk a little bit about that, because is he truly the Joker that Sean Payton promised us when he landed in Denver? Well, I still think he's going to be an X Factor for a few different reasons. First and foremost, Bo Nix has not had a tight end. He's only been in the league for 1 year, but Adam Troutman, Nate Adkins, Lucas Kroll, they tried to throw at the problem. Greg Dulcich, when he was available, which was about an hour of his NFL career, that's when he was available. That's not a real tight end room. Now, Troutman is Sean Payton's boo, right? It's his little binky because he's a blocking tight end. He's going to be a part of the roster. But who wants to talk about blocking tight ends? That's not fun at all. Might as well talk about offensive linemen. Nobody wants to do that. Let's talk about guys that are going to catch footballs, score touchdowns, and spike it on someone's face after they've scored that touchdown. That's who Evan Ingram is. I mentioned the Joker role. When I heard Joker, I don't know how you felt, Broncos country. You can certainly tell me here on YouTube or on my Twitter at Joshua Dover if you want to hang out there. When I hear Joker, especially the way that Sean was selling it the last couple of years, in my mind, I go, oh, you're going to get a Joker. That means he's going to flirt with 1,000 yards receiving. That means he's probably going to have double-digit touchdowns. But give a shout out, a hat tip to my radio partner, Cecil Lammy. He's actually been the one that's told me, like, you might want to temper those expectations a little bit when it comes to Evan Ingram. And he said, dial that number back from 900 yards to receiving to about 550, 650, somewhere in that range, and dial back that 10 touchdown performance for this upcoming season to about 5, 6 touchdowns. And I went, well, wait a minute. How are you going to call him the Joker if the numbers aren't that? Then I went back and I looked at two different players' numbers. Jeremy Shockey when he was with Sean Payton, and Jimmy Graham when he was with Sean Payton. If you want to do the same exercise at home, go ahead and do it. Pro Football Reference is the place where you should do it. They have great information, and it's always spot on. So Jimmy Graham put up these crazy numbers, the numbers that I was just talking about that I thought a true Joker would bring. And you may feel a little bit better about what Evan Ingram can do, because Jimmy Graham and Evan Ingram, as far as pre-snap position, they're going to play a similar spot. You're not going to see a ton of Evan Ingram, like hand in the dirt down in front of a edge rusher on the outside. You're going to see a lot of Evan Ingram in that slot role, or if he does start with hand in the dirt and a tackle or a edge rusher in front of him, he's going to motion out into that slot spot, which I like because it does a couple things. It gives Bo Nix a little slight advantage of what the defense is going to look like. And by the way, if that linebacker then moves with Evan Ingram, you know they're in man coverage, and you have Evan Ingram versus an inside linebacker. And I know who's going to win that matchup. You know who's going to win that matchup. Bo knows who's going to win that matchup, and it's Evan Ingram. So that's a big advantage right there. Think about what Evan Ingram can do in the middle of the field. So I just mentioned it, right? He goes in pre-snap motion. You see the linebacker come in, and then Evan's running like a drag route that just simply goes across the line of scrimmage about 4 or 5 yards in front of it. So he does that, and he's got that linebacker working in the middle of the field. And perhaps that safety has to come down and close that gap a little bit so that Bo can't beat him in the middle of the blanket coverage. You know what that does for the guys on the outside? And I'm talking about Cortland Sutton over here, and either Marvin Mims or Devon Bailey, Troy Franklin, whatever, pick your poison, is over on that outside. It leaves one-on-one matchups with at least one of those dudes. You want to go one-on-one with Marvin Mims when he's running 9 route right by you, and that's the fastest kid alive, like you're the cop from Superbad? He's going to burn you every single time. Cortland Sutton is a possession guy. Him and Bo Nix got on the same page pre-snap. You're playing press coverage. Cortland Sutton's going to run to the line of scrimmage, turn around, and the ball's going to meet him there. You're backing off a little bit. Cortland Sutton's going to plant one of those feet, cut inside the front of you, and the ball is going to be there. How are you going to beat those guys on the outside if Evan Ingram is dominating in the middle of the field? And that's exactly what Evan Ingram is going to do. So I did temper my expectations. Let's say Evan Ingram, even as the Joker, if you want to call him that still, gives you 650 yards and gives you 5 touchdowns on the season. If he opens things up on the outside for Cortland Sutton to be another 1,000-yard receiver, for Marvin Mims to be who he was in weeks 10 through 18 rather than weeks 1 through 9, that is a huge success and the definition of an X factor. So Evan Ingram, he's my true X factor. Like I said, I did have the honorable mention, and I think it's J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is going to be the honorable mention if he can get the carries that he needs. I've talked about that before on this podcast. Go back and find that. And then he's going to get a lot of opportunity early on, at least until R.J. Harvey shows he can be a legitimate pass protecting running back. He has to show that early on, and there's some questions about that right now, but he can help himself out by becoming a great pass protector and allowing himself to be on the field in third downs. RJ, you got a good thing working for you. Bo Nix is a dang assassin when it comes to getting the ball out of his hands and avoiding sacks. So even if you're in the game on a third down and you simply just got run over, that's actually going to be good enough because Bo Nix is going to be quick to get that thing out of his hands. That was with my right hand and I'm left-handed. Did it look weird? Because it felt weird. You know that using your opposite hand? I don't know. I just feel weird. But that's the honorable mention there for the X Factor. The rookie that you need to watch. I don't have to spend a ton of time on this one because I did a full-on podcast about Pat Bryant not that long ago. That's the dude, man. I think R.J. Harvey's going to be a player too. But what Pat Bryant can do with his route running ability right now, before he's even taken an NFL snap, I'm going to say it, yeah, Pat Bryant is the second best route runner on the team. Cortland Sutton's the only one above him. Marvin Mims still leans and shows a little bit of leverage. Troy Franklin and Devon Bailey really don't know what they're doing just yet. They just out-athlete folks, and Troy Franklin just runs by dudes because he's that fast. So Pat Bryant, is my honorable mention for a X Factor coming up here. That was my rookie to watch is Pat Bryant. J.K. Dobbins is my honorable mention X Factor. Pat Bryant as the rookie to watch, and the honorable mention there is actually Jahdae Barron. Think about what this guy's going to get an opportunity. I don't even know if that's Riley Moss's job anymore. Riley Moss might be the odd man out. Now, he's not getting cut. Don't get it twisted. But Barron might come in here and take that job. And even if he doesn't, man, that dude is still going to play a bunch of football for the Denver Broncos because he can play inside. Jaquan McMillan's been that, and he's been good at that role, but I don't think he's going to be as good as what Jahdae Barron can have. And I don't think that's going to happen. Look for wood in the new studio. I guess I'll just knock on my head. If somebody goes down at the safety position, I'm talking about Hufanga or Jones, Barron can also play that role. So you're talking about a rookie that can be a safety in a very, very needy time, can be your inside corner anytime, anywhere, flip on the fly. He can do all that and can be your true outside corner opposite of Pat Surtain, who's going to get tested a lot. But I think the NFL would find out very quickly that you don't want to test Jahdae Barron. So to wrap up, X Factor's Evan Ingram. Honorable mention is J.K. Dobbins. Rookie to watch is Pat Bryant. That dude is a route running fool out there in the NFL. And Jahdae Barron as your honorable mention. Broncos country, what say you? Leave a comment. Tell me how you're feeling while you're here. Like, subscribe, all the shows that we got going on. Richie, Joey, Cecil, Mace, Jake, Will, Drew, the crew. We're all here every day giving you some Denver content right here on our YouTube. And we'd love to interact and hear from you guys. This has been Dover on Denver, and now I'm done.